Thanks you both for speaking with us. I wanted to start with the start of the game. It just seemed like something was missing, like kind of across the board. What did you see play out, or what do you feel was maybe missing in that 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah, I think for us, it's just being on the same page every game. Like when we start games, like, like the first 15 minutes are huge, last 15 minutes, start of every half. So I think for us, it's just being on the same page and learning from this experience. Like, we never want it to happen, but it's early on in the season, learning from it, building off of it, and just not letting it happen again.
Yeah, I just think there was a lack of energy. It's something that shouldn't happen as a team, but when collectively there's a lack of energy, sometimes you can immediately see it. And yeah, it took us a while to get into the game, which is unfortunate for sure.
Was there a feeling, I know from talking to Aubrey, that it was kind of like they scored kind of their only good looks all ended up as goals, and then at the other end you had some good looks that didn't go in. Is it kind of just one of those games at this point, or is it kind of there's more to it than that?
Yeah, I think, it's unfortunate. I think before they scored, I had an opportunity, and I think, if we capitalized on those opportunities, or if I could capitalize on those opportunities, it changes the game. So I think for us, it's just finishing every chance we get, or just being a bit more clinical, because we are creating opportunities in, all of our games in today's game. So I think just being more clinical across the board and paying attention to all the little details in the attack and on defense, I think will help us in games.
Over to Colin.
Coming off that high from last week, how disappointing, has it got to be that you come home and then you give this away?
Yeah, this is always the danger of a big win like that, such a high, is that sometimes there can be a counter performance next week. That's definitely not what we set out to do. I think we came into this game wanting to win so bad and prepared to. But at the end of the day, this is sports. This is what happens. This is game 6. So there's a lot more games to be played, and we will work hard, regroup, and be ready for next week.
And last season, Audi Field was a fortress. Away, it was a different story. Now, it's early in the season, I know, but it seems those things are reversed. Now, what do you need to do this season to make sure you can return Audi Field back to the fortress it was last season, while still keeping the performances on the road?
Yeah, I think we put a lot of emphasis, noticing that last year away we didn't we didn't handle our business how we wanted to. So I think we've put a lot of emphasis on that. So I think for us it's reflecting on this game, learning from it, and then putting the same emphasis that we put on away games at home, because, we love our fans, we love Audi Field. So I think for us it's just protecting our home and not letting, something like this happen again.
Thank you.
Thomas?
Obviously, when you're getting points with the injury list that you have, it's a very positive narrative of being able to overcome that adversity. When you have a match like this, how much do you kind of have the mentality of, no matter who's on the field, we should get the results, versus knowing that you have reinforcements coming eventually, a lot of talent who wasn't available, and perhaps taking that into account when you think about a match like this and how it went?
Yeah, I think we're lucky because we do have a very deep squad, and everyone that's on the field we trust. Every single girl on the field today, I was like, we got this together, It is cool to know, though, that we have so many more players to come, and that we can put out so many different starting lineups throughout the year, and that eventually it's going to happen.
All right, we'll wrap up with Colin.
Yeah, so as bad as that first half looked, how heartening was it for you as a group to see the performance you put out in the second half?
I think, honestly, it was good for us. We came back out, and we came out together, which I think was huge. And I think, going in at halftime, it could be super defeating. You're down 3-0, and it's like, this game's over. And I think we put up a good fight, and we continue to work hard. So I think that that's huge on us. But now it's just, being clinical, finding ways to get those goals back, and, not giving up goals in the first half. But we couldn't change that. But I think, the energy in the locker room was much better in the second half. And I think it carried out onto the field a little bit.
All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Gabby and Makenna.
Thank you.
Short week. We'll see you next Friday.
Oh my God, we play Friday.